Dealing with the themes of Pygmalion in only one part is very difficult because Shaw's main purpose in writing this play was to discuss the various social issues those were persistent in those days. I mean, in Victorian era. Of course, the issues are relevant even today. That it talks about the Bernard Shaw's thought about the future society and the issues of the mankind in general. Anyways, let us take some more themes and talk about it. The next thing that I want to talk about is class. Whatever we can say about England, that it was a very progressive and many things in India has happened because of England and many other European countries. We cannot forget the fact that the social hierarchy is unavoidable reality in England. This was a play that comments about certain practices in England. This, no doubt, is a play by a socialist playwright. We find Shaw includes all the strata of society in this play. We see Isra belongs to the lowest class, belonging to the working class, to Professor Higgins, who comes from the very affluent class. The general sense in that class structure are rigid and very difficult to temper with. So we see Eliza's mobility from her class to the class that represents the wealthiest class is really a surprise. The main issue that is tied up for this mobility is a mere language. Wherever you are from you can be identified by your accent and dialect. When Professor Higgins says that he will change the flower girl to a decent and a dignified lady, he means to change her class. Another theme we discuss here is gentility and manners. Friends, let me digress a little bit. Whenever I am in the farm, I am busy picking up the plastic bags, sacks, small things, and many varieties of that kind. My younger brother, Munnabhai, just looks at my work and as if nothing significant is happening, he silently passes on from that. Of course, with a surprise and gentle lip-bound smile. I too undermine that because to him पड़े हैं और भी काम खेत में बहुत करने के लिए. I keep myself busy in cleaning the surroundings of the house. This relates me to the atmosphere in which we work. I think everyone has the manners. We have differentiated it calling as good manners and bad manners, desirable manners and undesirable manners. My brother and his wife Aisha are busy in growing foods and we talk about the table manners. At least I don't subscribe to this kind of a distinction. Can we lead their life? Can we grow? Can we plow as they do? Do we have the adaptability they have? Many questions come to my mind. Anyway, digression over. Let us come back to Pygmalion. Though we understand that Shaw does not make clear his views on social manners, Professor Higgins' pattern of treating everyone like a dirt is not acceptable. We find Colonel Pickering is more democratic. He treats everyone like a duke and duchess. At the end of the play, Eliza tells Mr. Pickering that she is thankful to him because he taught her manners. There was no possibility of teaching or learning that at all. This ending of the play gives rise to many questions. What professor taught Eliza? Is there any meaning in teaching without a human touch? Let us now take you to the another theme, that is the myth and the creation. It was said Shakespeare knew very little of Greek and Latin. It means majority of the sources of English language is that of Greek and Latin. As Sanskrit is to Marathi and many other Indian languages. Shaw's Pygmalion had many references to Greek and Roman culture, mythology, and civilization. Pygmalion, the very title of the play, goes back to Greek mythology. Professor Higgins stays like that mythological character, Pygmalion in Greek, all alone who hates women. Surprisingly, Pygmalion created a statue, a perfect woman, and fell in her love. He wanted to have her. So he prayed Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and beauty, brought that statue to life for him. The statue was called Galatea. Like Statue of Liberty in USA, the statue of Sardar Patel, that is the Statue of Equality in India. In the play, Professor Higgins claims that it is he who has created Eliza. Eliza does not subscribe everything to Professor Higgins. She is critical about it. Eliza thinks that she too had a major share in that transformation. She has created her own identity. Professor Higgins claims that Eliza is the sole creation is not possible unless Eliza cooperated with her inborn genius. So the play does not end in marriage, and like that mythological character, for your amusement, let me take one dialogue of Professor Higgins. He says, he said that teaching would be impossible unless pupils were scared. I know many professors, especially in India, believe in this, but to my knowledge, students can be taught better with love and the love than the fear. What is your experience? You can put it in the comment box. Another theme of Pygmalion is manipulation. This could be another theme of Pygmalion. Higgins seems to manipulate Eliza for his interest. He, being a professor in linguistics, wants to bring about a change in Eliza and make a lady belonging to the upper class. He wants to craft in her a lady Eliza. Her transformation is a sort of a game for him. Obviously, he has had that kind of a bet with Mr. Pickerson. But to Eliza also, it is a sort of manipulation. When she realizes that she has lost her identity, and when she realizes that she has been used as a model for a change or an experimenting girl, she tells Professor Higgins that she may marry Freddie. Else she can take up a job and lead a very independent life. Professor might have acted as if he won't need her. Eliza retorts back to him. Perhaps this is the independence got in the whole process of transformation. Here we remember Shakespeare's last play, The Tempest, in which one of the characters, that is Caliban, retorts back and says, "You taught me language. My profit on it is I know how to curse." Likewise, Eliza wants to deal with transformation. Hope and dream can be another theme in the play. Eliza is the only person in the play who has dream and hope. She comes to learn to Professor Higgins that art of language. She had a simple dream to work in the flower shop because she knows that no one would hire her as long as she sells flower on the streets. She is unlike her father, who is not capable of buying something for himself. She wants to break away from the state of her father and make her own space. She immediately understands the importance of language and learning. Do we not join the different courses like French, like German, and like Latin language? Same. Eliza has taken up the road, but she fails to understand where the road would take her to. A dignified person, which Eliza already has. When Eliza reaches to that class, she finds that she has lost her identity as a flower girl. That is why, at a moment, she says to Professor Higgins that why he is asking her to go for a higher level of prostitution. She knows that rising high in the society is not her remedy. To her, main concern is that she has lost her identity. So, ending of the play has been kept by Shaw as an ambiguous one. Many questions crowd in the spectator's mind. Would Eliza come back to Professor Higgins? Would she marry Freddie, or she would take up a job? All these options are open for her. She does not want to lose her identity as an independent woman. Anyway, thank you for watching this part also. Please subscribe and please forward this to many friends of yours. Thank you very much.